Hello there, and welcome to Meet the Leaders. I'm David Smith, and with me today is First Selectwoman of the town of Darien, Jayme Stevenson. And it is great to have you back.
Thank you so much, David. It's great to be here.
It is wonderful to have you as part of our Meet the Leaders family time to time, and things are always happening in Darien. It is a wonderful burg, and it's one that is in the midst of some amazing positive changes along the way, and that's always nice to see.
We are so excited. We're really on the eve of a redevelopment rebirth, both in our downtown and in the Norotan Heights section of Darien. We have three very large-scale mixed-use developments in various stages of town approval. The downtown project by Baywater Properties got their final approvals last night, and I'm so excited to share with you that as part of our inclusionary zoning regulation, developers who are building housing are required to build a certain percentage, in our case 12%, of their housing units to be affordable. Okay. And Baywater Properties came up with a great model where they're going to build 12 units of affordable housing for developmentally disabled. We know it's a population that's very underserved across the state of Connecticut, so Baywater's stepping up to help get that done in Darien.
So that will be their contribution as required, but in a very interesting way that isn't often done, that's for sure.
Exactly. There'll be a few units of affordable housing in their development itself, but then there'll be 2 buildings of 6 units each for folks with developmental disabilities, and that will be a managed service kind of a model.
Well, how exciting is that? Now, was this the idea of Baywater to do this?
It was, and credit goes to David Genovese for being very thoughtful and really looking at the needs of the community and finding those gaps in service. And so we're very, very pleased and very proud to help him bring that to life.
Well, he's a guy who has been that to the town of Darien for as long as I've known him, and to have him going in this direction is even more impactful.
I agree, and hopefully it'll be a model for other towns.
All right, let's swing over to Norotan. What are we doing over there?
Okay, so in Norotan Heights, immediately adjacent to the Norotan Heights train station, Darien's really blessed to have 2 great Metro North train stations in our town. I think that's one of the main reasons, along with our great education, that Darien's such a wonderful place for people to come and live and raise their family. Federal Realty and the Palmer family are individually doing the same, mixed-use redevelopments with new retail and housing, which is a new element in the Norotan Heights commercial district. So those are a couple years off, as I said, in various stages of town approval, but we're super excited. It really is the quintessential transit-oriented redevelopment, and we're very pleased to be partnering with those businesses to bring it forward.
But is this going to be a new Palmer's as well, or is this
the Palmer's Market,
else?
Thank goodness for all of us that love Palmer's Market, is going to stay.
Okay.
But the rest of the property that is in the control of the Palmer family will be redeveloped into housing and retail.
Now, housing these days, 15 or 20 years ago, it was all condos. These days, it's all rental. Is this rental, or is this going to be condos? Well,
I think Darien kind of missed the condo movement, and that's something that we want to try and make up for.
Okay.
The Baywater Properties redevelopment is going to have for sale units. In Norotan Heights, they will be rental units, which makes good sense for people that are looking for that transit-oriented kind of environment where they can rent an apartment, they don't need a car, they can use the train to get to and from their job.
Right. Interesting. Now, you decided, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago, maybe more, longer than that now, time does fly, that you were thinking about getting into the statewide political scene and jumped into the fray. How did that feel doing that? And unfortunately, it didn't work out as well as you'd hoped along the way.
It was all positive. I certainly, obviously I didn't win, but personally...
This was a run for lieutenant governor, is what you were vying for on the Republican ticket. And that was much sought after by lots of different people, obviously.
It was. You know, I think I have, as a municipal leader, as a mom and a grandmother now, and someone who's very active in the not-for-profit sector and in various levels of government, both locally at the regional level. I'm chairman of our Council of Governments, West Cog. I sit on the board of CCM. I'm on the board of KERMA. I have a very broad perspective of the issues facing the state of Connecticut, both in our small towns and our cities. So I thought it was I represent a constituency that really could serve well the people of the state of Connecticut. And so I threw my hat in the ring, stepped in the arena. And it was a fantastic experience. I got to travel the state of Connecticut. We have a beautiful state. We're so very lucky, and I, for one, really appreciate our 169 towns. I know there's a lot of negative talk about that, but where can you go where you can literally choose 169 different places to raise your family and open your business?
Well, and diversity throughout.
Absolutely.
I mean, from Darien's end of the state of Connecticut up to the quiet corner. Boy, you talk about diversity, it's all over.
Magnificent, beautiful. Meeting the people across the state of Connecticut was a joy, hearing their struggles and their issues. And so I really felt that I could help the state of Connecticut, but it wasn't meant to be this time.
Note, this time, everyone, this time. Watch this space for more. We're glad to have you here and to keep your feet right here in Darien. Obviously, a lot positive going on in that town, and we want to wish you continued success as first Selectwoman there.
Thank you.
Always exciting. Great to see you.
Thank you, David.
Glad you could stop by. Wish you the best of the holidays. Best to Baywater and company going forward in all those endeavors. And we hope you have a good holiday season.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. That's it. That's First Selectwoman of Darien, Jayme Stevenson, our guest on this edition of Meet the Leaders. And I'm David Smith.